He couldn't let it slide. He had to give me the ticket. Damn it, you guys. They finally got me for the windshield tint. I need to get my exemption done. I just been slacking on getting it done, but I guess now's the time because I don't feel like paying this ticket. So today, finally gonna be getting rid of that adaptive suspension error. So ever since I installed the air suspension, I've never got the sensors to bypass the error light. So I haven't been able to get into any of my drive modes. It just stays on sport all the time. So today I'm finally gonna install those sensors, get rid of that, and it's gonna be basically like having OEM suspension again. Because without that working, the only thing that it affects when it's on air suspension, because the suspension isn't adaptive like the stock one, is the steering wheel. The firmness, when you change the modes, the firmness changes of the steering wheel, and also the exhaust valve. When you put it in plus R, sport mode, comfort, it changes. So I'm gonna be able to get all those features back. All right, so I got the car in, I'm gonna jack it up, and then I'm gonna do one corner at a time. So finally gonna be able to get rid of this and go into the drive modes, because right now, if I try to switch this, it doesn't do anything because of the sensors. So installed it like this, has a bracket that I zip tied around the strut, and then the sensor to the bracket. So I gotta do that on all four corners, and then we should be good with the light. So it's gonna be the same thing for the rear. I zip tie that bracket over here. Let me spin that just so OCD. Put the bracket there, then I'm gonna put the sensor right there like that with zip ties, and then we should be good on this side. Then I just gotta replicate on the other side, and the light should hopefully be off. So that should be good to go. So just finish the other side. So we have all the sensors installed. I turned the car on, and it works at first, so I can switch the modes, you can see there. But then there's a fault. So I gotta see if there's a sensor loose or something's not reading right. I was hoping that driving it around would hopefully make it work, but it didn't. You see, it's still on. So I'm gonna take off the wheels, and then Chris had this issue with his Integra when we were doing the sensors. So I'm gonna try to do the same thing we did to these, to see if we can make this work, because I just installed all those sensors, and if I did it for no reason, I'm gonna be tight. So I gotta get them to work, because now I have it in my head that I have my drive modes back. I don't know what's going on, and it's getting annoying. So I connected all four stock shocks because I was still getting the error, and it's still giving me the light. So I don't know if there's some corrosion somewhere, but I'm gonna disconnect the battery, let it sit disconnected for a couple minutes, and hopefully that resets it, because at this point all four stock shocks are connected and it's still not working. So I connected all four struts, and I still had the light on. So I don't know if I have a wiring issue, since one of them was exposed for a while and it got corroded or something, but I'm over it for today. So the Type R is gonna stay with the sensor lights on for now until it gets further diagnosed.
The next day.
So today we're at the shop, and we're gonna be test fitting some wheels on Chris's Integra Type S. He picked up some wheels on Marketplace. So let's see how they fit. So he picked up some CE28s, what, 18 by 9.5, plus 38 offset. Square setup with a 265/35 tire.
See what I mean?
A little bit of a gap. So 275 tire or a lower offset wheel. So he threw in a 5mm spacer to see how that fits.
Feels like that.
So he threw on an 8mm spacer, not a 5mm spacer. So the rear sits. He didn't go as low, and the front is still without the spacer. So technically this is a 9.5 plus 30. We're doing the sensors because right now you can't change modes. So gonna install those, hope that they work, and get all the Christmas tree out of the dash. So the modes are back working. So the sensors worked. Now I just gotta get some for my car. You know why Chris wanted to install the sensors in this car? Oh, okay. Okay, give me a better one, give me a better one. I need a better one, I need a better one. Literally the only reason he wanted sensors.
Days later.
So we all know Chris got mad money, right? So he got new C's because he didn't like these C's. So he's test fitting. These are 9.5 plus 22.
So those are C28N.
Yeah, whatever he said, C28N or something. So these are 9.5 plus 22. These are 9.5 plus 38, and he has an 8 mil spacer. So trying to get a reference of what tire size he'll have to order. Obviously, this is a used Cook tire, but it's gonna give an idea. That's a 265/35, and he wants to run ideally a 275/35.
I'm like, bro, they don't fit into the road.
5x114.
Imagínate.
I'm like, oh my god.
I don't know. It might fit without having to add the camber kit. Well, with a 265, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna fit. Damn. Yeah, it's not gonna fit.
I didn't dig it.
But it's sorry.
And that's with a 265.
I thought I could get away with 275.
Same thing, 265/35, same 9.5 22, obviously same wheel. It looks like the front fits better than the rear. It's a little bit closer than the back, but basically the same.
But literally with the plate camber, they don't make sense.
I have